السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا إننا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء. رب اجعل هذا البلد آمنا واجنبني وبني أن نعبد الأصنام. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. آمين. Inshallah, we will continue studying the section Araf from the Qur'an, and we studied up to the verse 57. So, inshallah, we will start from there. It is interesting. There are some interesting points there. Okay. إن ربكم الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض. Now he was discussing about something, and now the verses started apparently I'm saying, studying or introducing the creation in the universe, but also hinting something behind them. So it is very interesting that the Quran gives very obvious examples for us to understand first in front of our eyes what's happening out there, and then go into the message of the Quran or message of God to us. You know, what are we going to do with this information, which may be available for us, even if it wasn't or they were not mentioned in the Quran. Here it is. In Rabbikumullah. Definitely, this is your Rab Allah. This is your Lord. Your Lord is God. Definitely God. الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في ستة أيام, who has created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, 6 periods of stages of creation that you can see, 6 main layers or aspects of the creation in the world. Of course, ayyam is obvious. The meaning of the word is days. It means 6 days. But of course, we understand the word yawm, plural ayyam, means day. Day means a second. Day means the beginning of the creation to the end of the creation of this universe. It may have all possible ranges of understanding of the sequences of the creation.
Which verse are you discussing right now?
57, I think I'm wrong. What's that? Let me see. Why I am confusing? Yeah, you are right. No. We studied this. I'm following from the other laptop. And it was that. وهو الذي يرسل الرياح بشرا بين يدي رحمته. It was a reference actually that I was referring to before preparing myself for the class. This verse that we are going to study, thank you for reminding me. This is the Araf seventh section of the Quran and verse 57, but it was related to, it was a continuation of the verse Araf 54. But I forgot that we were going to refer to it and come back. So, هو الذي يرسل الرياح بشرا بين يدي رحمته. It is God, again, continuation of the verse that I was by mistakenly going over. So this God, the mentioned in the verse 54, is the one who sends the winds, bearing good news of his command, of his coming mercy. بين يدي رحمته. Now we will understand that the aim of the Quran is to point out mercy. And who sent the water, how the winds are created. We know how the winds are created. Ask those people who are specialized in meteorology. They know very well how the winds are created. Why God mentions us? For two reasons here, actually three reasons, but we will come to the third reason. Now, the first reason, this is not happening by itself. It is the act of creation of the owner of the universe. That is one thing. The second meaning, that the purpose of mentioning the known or knowable phenomena of this universe. It is, I know that the winds are coming, when the winds are coming, and it's a good, because they will bring the clouds. So it is a good sign for me that something is useful for me to happen. But this is what I know. And I don't need God to tell me, but God mentions it for a specific purpose. Bishram beyne yedey rahmeti. God sends it, and it is a mercy for you. The emphasis on the verse is mercy. Of course, we will say, yeah, I know it is useful. No. The Quran says, I mean something else. Mercy, God's mercy. It is a sign of God's mercy. Yeah, the creation is God's mercy, obvious. But the mission of the Quran is to let me know, to teach me how I should understand mercy. Only in terms of having plants growing, animals are enjoying, and also consequently, human beings are enjoying the result of this wind. No, Quran says, I mean something else. I'm going to reveal my secret of mercy in creation. You will see. Now, حتى إذا قلت سحابا ثقالا سقناه لبلد ميت. Now, and when they have gathered as heavy gathered the heavy clouds, we drive them to a dead land. Oh yeah, if there was also, I know, if there was no rain, the land will be dead. That's, I can learn it from my experience. Okay, what is the point? The Quran is telling me, yes, you said this is not happening by itself. You cannot explain it in another way, but it is the act of God. And there is mercy that God means something to you. Let me see what it is. Not only that you know, no, apart from that, what you don't know. Where we cause rain to fall. فَإِنزَلْنَا بِهِ الْمَاءَ. Now, and we cause rain to fall, bring out all kinds of fruits. فَأَنزَلْنَا بِهِ الْمَاءَ فَأَخْرَجْنَا بِهِ مِنْ كُلِّ ثَمَرَةٍ. Also, I don't know again. I know again. When rain comes, of course, the plants and trees and everything, vegetables start growing. And of course, they bring out all kinds of fruits and vegetables. Of that I know. But the purpose of the Quran to show us what exactly the purpose of telling about these known things or knowable things in the creation. كَذَلِكَ نُخْرِجُ الْمَوْتَى. Wow. The purpose of telling this was to let us know that in this way, كَذَلِكَ, in this way, that is how we do it, not naturally do it, because we will see, we will bring out the dead to life, of course. Why? Nature or the matter, the universe itself, cannot bring out the dead. When you study without following the guidance of the Quran, guidance how to analyze the things that are going on in this world, if we don't pay attention to my message, you will say, yes, rain came, beautiful, the land became fertile, beautiful, plants and vegetables are started growing, of course, and then you will get your needs and your fruits and vegetables and foods, and animals will benefit, and you will benefit from the animals. Yeah, that is what you can know, but what you cannot know, I am going to tell you why I am mentioning this. In fact, this is not only to get fruit, to get vegetable or your provisions so that you can satisfy your need of sustenance. That is fine, whether you know, but what you don't know, when you study the universe as it is, as it seems to be, you may take it for granted that when human beings, actually human bodies, lose their life or becomes dysfunctioning, that is what we call it, losing the life, that's it, because you don't know why this is happening, and is it really, whether it is really possible for human body to be resurrected. Now I am going to give you tell you the secrets of all these events to let you know that the one who does this, not the universe itself, because universe is what the one who created the universe in this way, functioning for human beings to be example for them, to understand their reality. One of this reality is that the dead body also will be given life again by the same one, by the one who gives life to dead earth. Now, that land, we can give you your body again, can give life to your body again. That is what I am going to tell you. لعلكم تذكرون. It means, hopefully, just as translated, will you not remember? But hopefully you can keep remembering. Anytime rain comes, you will say, whoever does this can do everything, can give me life again. Because land was dead. Rain came, everything grew and became alive. And again, in winter, it became dead again. And on the following season, it started receiving their life back. Who is doing all this? Oh, he can do and can give life to me again. But this is not enough. Why? There is another message in it. Very important message in it. This is, we will learn, this is just an example. If you take the right attitude towards the universe, towards the things that are happening in the universe, and try to realize this tadakkarun, it means really not only remember, but also tadakkara, to reflect on something continuously. Keep reflecting on it, pondering over why is it that happening in this way? Why not always green? Why we need life, rain coming from up from the sky? Let the earth be, or be as naturally or as God creates, keep producing. Why not? Because we know that the creator of the universe can do it. We know that accident can make it in this way. I mean, it is impossible, but it is also the option for some people. Accidentally it is happening. Okay, accidentally, but what does it mean? Because human beings look for meaning. Without meaning, the life and everything becomes pointless. So let's see. Do you have any questions, any concerns so far? So we will see the fourth reason why the creation is in this way, why the Qur'an keeps letting me, or no, teaching me what I can learn, in fact, through my observation. Inshallah. Any question? If not, I will continue. All right. Now.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Brother Ali, I just wanted to share one thing that came to my world. It got my attention in this verse that starting with the observation of a wind and then ending with the observer, the human, as a conclusion about the observer, the conscious human being. It is this process from the beginning till the end, to me was very interesting. As if like there is a this verse, as you said, the purpose of the Quran, within the purpose of the Quran, it is telling me how to read the universe, but that reading is also including a kind of a conclusion about my own reality too. It's not only like a reading something that is separated from human being himself. That I don't know if it is clear what I am trying to say, but got my attention. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Good point. Thank you. Okay, let's go now. Well, والبلد الطيب, the first fertile land, good land, يخرج نباته let's stop here. يخرج نباته then produces abundantly. It is plants, nabat, growing, living vegetables, fruits, and grasses, whatever. يخرج نباته. It produces. Okay, it says يخرج نباته plural because it's an abundant translation. Okay, obviously that it is abundantly growing, producing. Yeah. Now, not by itself, but بإذن ربه, by the will of its Lord. Now, we can understand this بإذن ربه. It is repeated in the Quran, this term, بإذن ربك, بإذن الله, بإذنه, in this form, and من يشاء, or these forms is used in the Quran very frequently. What does it mean? By the will of its Lord. Of course, a superficial understanding may take a form of, they are functioning in this way, but God let them function, gave permission them to function in this way as they are functioning. This is a superficial understanding. Why? How about the functioning things themselves having this quality? This is the will of their creator as well. There must be, because they cannot have these qualities by themselves. Go further. How about their own existence? Not only the quality. Of course, if we really deeply think about it, what makes the thing? Nothing but its qualities. So quality of being existed or created, quality of having these and these qualifications, whatever the creations or the things have, their existence also is realized with the will of the creator. That is how God wills something, it happens in this way. So we should not really misunderstand this subject, saying that, look, I am doing this, for example, the famous expression and well-known things are mentioned in the Quran about the miracles created through the demands of the prophets as related to the prophetic claims, as if God gave them permission to do this. It sounds like if you really don't pay attention to it. But the creator of the event must be the God, because the act of creation there is realized with the will of the creator. Otherwise, not only gave the capacity to the prophet to demonstrate these miracles, because at the end of the day, the prophets cannot create anything, although even God gives them permission to do that. For example, let's say, my stomach is working with the permission of God. but it is created in this way. That means we should understand the will of the Creator is just the way as God willed, it is created. We should understand this. Otherwise, we cannot explain that the soil, fertile soil, can produce because God said, okay, go ahead and do it. Even land itself has no quality to do it. It is created in this way, and this is with the will of its creator. Again, the way it is created. So everything at the end of the day happens as a result of the will of their Lord, their creator. So, والذي خبث لا يخرج إلا نكدا كذلك نصرف الآيات لقوم يشكرون. Whereas the infertile land hardly produces anything. We explain our messages in the various ways to those people who are grateful. So we understand that there is an interesting analogy here going on. As if we relate the verse, previous verse, and combine it with this one, we can understand that God is trying to teach me, or God is teaching me in these verses, in these sequences, it is something to do with me. As the previous verse, 57, we studied, all the things are going on there. The rain is coming, the winds are blowing, and the land is producing useful produces for us and for animals. And at the end, he said, this is an example that God will recreate you again, resurrect you again in this way. Now, this verse didn't say that. But it concluded like this. كذلك نصرف الآيات لقوم يشكرون. Our messages varies. We explain our messages in various ways to those people who are grateful. But we know that fertile land produces abundantly, useful things abundantly. But why do you tell me? So what is the message in it? I mean, I need a geologist or botanist, whatever, to tell me this. I don't need my God to tell it because I can experience it. But he says, we explain our messages in various ways to those people who are grateful. In fact, various ways, we will analytically, or we will explain it with analysis, going into the details. What is the detail as far as the purpose of the Quran is concerned? Why do you think these examples are given to us? Remember the relationship between the previous verse and this verse. Previous verse started with all noble things. We can know, we can learn them by ourselves. But it ended up with several purposes saying that this is the mercy of the Creator, not nature. Why? Because nature is no good, in fact, for your human desires. But mercy of God knows that you want eternal existence, eternal pleasure. So we will do the same thing. We can do the same thing, and ended up saying that كذلك, what was the verse? Yeah. كذلك نخرج الموتى لعلكم تذكرون. The same message, same sort of message is going on. It is not very difficult to understand. But the Quran is really saying that, look, we explained all this so that you will be thankful. Of course, God created it, good point. It says, by the will of His Lord, everything is created. That is one thing that we learn from the Creator. It is not happening by itself. Okay, but what is it, what the message is telling me, and how can I benefit from this kind of examples? The fertile land. It means there are some lands here. There are some pieces of land here on this earth that they are not fertile. And we can ask, excuse me, the Creator, you created some land fertile. You say that this is the mercy of God. What is mercy in creating? Where I can find the mercy, your mercy in creation in infertile land? What is the point? They are good for nothing. Why don't you make them fertile? That's what we ask, but there is an example there for me. You understand, and I'm sure you see that the Quran uses the same words with, we will talk about it, Arshan. Why is infertile land mentioned? No, infertile land is not mentioned, but I'm saying that because the Quran says, beldatun tayyibetun, tayyibe, or el beldatun tayyib, it reminds me that there are infertile lands. What is the point? The Quran uses the word anzalna from anything from the sky, from the heavens. In our physical experience, rain comes from up. It could have been from down. But there's great miraculous creation there, evaporates, and the clouds became or lifted up, and then they become heavy. While they are going up, they are not heavy. Look at the perfect balance. And they are coming, they are they become heavy, and they come down in a perfect way that really doesn't damage majority of the places, but those places who are located not with a reasonable way, and then they receive the flood. Okay, that is a special case. What is the point? Quran is also is described as coming down from the sky. When Zenna, we revealed, we how do you say, brought down to you from high. And the rain also, when Zenna, the same word is used for both. So we understand that, look, if the land is fertile, when revelation comes, it produces very useful results. Very useful for human body now, not human spirit now. Now the rain feeds human body, Revelation feeds human spirit, because human spirit needs mercy. Human spirit needs a wise Lord, owner of the universe. Human spirit needs to be given eternal life, permanent existence. Now, human spirits needs to be informed about what it cannot know in this world by examining and studying the universe itself. The human spirit needs guidance as well in order to find out how it can fulfill its needs. So fertile land and infertile land is given as examples, as the Quran says, we created the universe as a mithal, plural of mithal, example, in order for the human beings to reflect on it, to think about it. The one who does this must be telling me something. In everything, must be telling me something. The Quran mentions about the mountains. Yes, it must be related to my attitude as well. I may take a tough attitude like the mountains and like the stones. This kind of analogies must be taken and benefited in order to get guidance for my spirit. So I understood from these verses and the consequence of the following verses each other, I understood that no, if you are a fertile land, you will receive the message from your creator, and then you will benefit from it. You will grow a lot of unexpected things out of earth, out of a stone-like seeds. You will grow unimaginable fruits and vegetables, unimaginable. And you can never, ever know what will come out from a seed. If you have seen it before, you are copy-pasting. If you have not seen it, you found the seed, you didn't know what it is. Whatever you do, you don't know what will come out. Exactly, if we didn't receive the message or the guidance from our Creator, our feelings by themselves, although they wish, they hope to have it, but they can never get any source of satisfaction for their fulfillment of their hopes, expectations. Impossible. The revelation comes, and as the seed grows in the fertile land, you see, the secret is this. When the rain comes to the fertile land, and then the seed grows into a tree or in a plant, I say, the secret was this. Totally unexpected. So when revelation comes, if our land is fertile, it produces unexpected expected results. Oh, my feeling, I have seeds in my spirit. Expectations, hopes, many things, eternal things. There is no eternity in the universe. Impossible. Seems to be. Yeah, it is. In the universe, yes, impossible. There is no eternity. So eternity must be given by the Creator. So I have to get my land fertile. How can I do that? How can I do that? Afshan writes, the previous verse that mentions right of fruit appears to be a reference to paradise. That is how I felt when I read it. Okay, a reward for a fertile soul that received the message. Like rain. I think in bracket you said rain. So like the land receives the rain, the fertile spirit receives the message. So the problem is, how can I make my spirit fertile? How can I make it? Because I have free will. You may have seeds. You have the option not to sow it, not to cultivate the land and put the seed in it. You may have the option. You may have the option to put into soil, in the fertile soil, the spirit. Where I can put my spirit into a fertile soil, I have to accept I need it. But in practical life, what we experience, people usually, normally, all human beings know their need, but these needs are bodily needs. And all of them are working in order to satisfy their bodily needs. At the end, they will have this and this and that, but they have to keep their life running. In order to have their life running, they have to eat. At least to have something to eat, to survive. And that is why what they are doing, but we have many, many extra, the things in the list of our needs. That is something you know much better than I do. So there is no need to talk. Unnecessary things became necessary for us because of our caprices, the caprices of the civilizations we are living in, etc. They are imposing on us endless things to be talked, but this is out of our subject now. But everybody is sensitive about their bodily needs. When it comes to spirit, the needs of the spirit, most of the people are just careless, negligent about this point. We say, yeah, I have this, but I don't know how. I don't know. I have to feed my body. That has the priority. Then continue this way. Very, very few people obstinately deny it, but this attitude of denial and trying to convince themselves, again, by really fooling themselves, saying that, oh, it is not impossible, so this is something not really natural to me. I have obtained it or expected it from, or learned it from the society, from my ancestors, from my family culture, inherited like this, like this. All the people in the world expect the same thing. So everybody is influenced by the previous culture. I mean, just it is a way of producing excuses and denying it so that they will not submit their need to the Creator. And these people also see the universe as happening by themselves. How are we going to do it? How are we going to have the fertile land? The land is already fertile in us. For example, our friend Afshan so told us, what is the point in creating the infertile land? Go and ask geologists in the area where the fertile land is. There are not useful material to make onion, copper, other stuff. When there is an infertile land, now the geologists pay special attention to it, and they say, oh, there are reserves of, I don't know, thousands of acres of, if not 1 million acre of something, ores or material there to be, what's the word, processed, so that you can use for your life. Nothing is without wisdom. You know that in the desert area, underneath it, gas, all sorts of different gases there. There is nothing meaningless, in fact. The sea seems to be, there is nothing really producing water reservoir there, the water, but you see countless numbers of fish are eating, benefiting, and getting ready for human beings to be used. Alhamdulillah. Nothing is without wisdom. We may find out, we may not find out for now. Later on, they will find out. There's nothing. So in the universe, there's nothing really without wisdom. In human spirit also, there's no sense without wisdom. Every sense we understand is given to us in need of the news in this world, how it can be satisfied. The revelation gives the perspective to them. That is what I understood from these last two verses. So we have to get our land fertile. In its original creation, it is fertile. We have to take care of our free will, not to turn it in and close it from the hope of receiving the message from its creator. This creator, look, you gave me this sense. What is it for? Then the revelation will tell you. Be careful while we are reading the Quran, inshallah. All right? Any comments? Any question? But the comments are questions. Whatever you want is welcomed. I will move forward, inshallah. So, Bismillah. Now the Quran is going to give us how the revelation really is sent down to human beings. So the previous two and also some of the previous verses are the preparations of our minds for this now. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ فَقَالَ يَا قَوْمِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مَا لَكُم مِّنْ إِلَٰهٍ غَيْرُهُ. We sent down, أرسلنا again, Noah unto his people. Sometimes we have chosen some of them, some prophets from among their own people. Sometimes we sent them from above. The verses are, ba'atha, it is called for some prophets are I would say, raised up from among the people themselves. These are all interesting points we have to study when we come to these sort of verses. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ. We have sent Noah unto his people. Of course, they will say, look, you are one of us. No, as a Rasul, as a prophet, we send this person employed, and what he is going to teach you is from us, not from him. Not as a human Noah, no, as a messenger Noah, that is from us. Of course, his creation, like everybody else, is from him, but his special mission is emphasized here. And he said, oh, my people, worship God alone. You have no deity other than him. If you look at the Quran, as some certain biased mind people do, look at it was talking about the creation of the rain and the fertile land, suddenly jumped into Noah, a story. What is it to do with this previous one? They say, so ridiculous, so ridiculous. Anyways, that is not our subject to criticize them. Why I mentioned this? We should pay attention to the ties between apparently irrelevant verses mentioning about completely different subjects. Out of context seems to be. We have to pay attention to this method of the Quran. They are directly related, because we have to go into another subject here. I mean, that's something to do with the Quran, but another subject is not the subject of Noah related. We have to remember that the purpose of the Quran is to teach us what we don't know. We cannot know, okay? While the Quran is doing this, God knows that. He created my spirit in my body. What does it mean? He created me within the conditions of this universe. I can get the message from this universe. If somebody tells me that the creator of the universe told me this, I will say, come on, don't be crazy. I have no time to spend with you. Bye-bye. That's it. But Quran, or the message of God, comes to me and speaks to me alongside with my source of information, which is the universe. So they are like this within each other. Examples from the universe and introduction of the word or the truth that I cannot find supported by or based on the examples. This is a beautiful example of this rhetoric, this type of rhetoric in the Quran, mentioning about sending the rain down, mentioning about how the earth is created in the previous verses that we studied last week. The creation of the universe, creation of the heavens and the earth in 6 period of 6 various, not necessarily 6 also, various stages of creation, that we don't create a standard things, one type, another type, another. We see that day and night and the changes of seasons. You know, if someone says, oh, human beings, we created you in 4 days, what does it mean? Really, we will say 4 seasons. Like this one that just came to my mind. I don't know how it is rationally acceptable, but the Quran mentions something, always something, points out the physical world as evidence, and based on it, the message to my spirit in it. Because my spirit can operate only through this body. And this body collects the information only from the universe. Reason interprets it, so it is open to interpret if there is a message from my creator that what my spirit needs. So I receive the spirit from my creator, message from my creator, and base this message on my material experience of this universe. So we cannot separate the universe from the Quran. If we study the Quran without the universe, as if we ignore our body, our source of information, that our spirit can only function in this world through body organs, members. If I don't have the eyes, my spirit wants to see, but he can't. If I don't have the material evidence in the creation, my mind cannot confirm it. Must be given example, accompanied always with the example. That's why we should look into this kind of verses which mentions about the creation or the nature of this universe, or giving the examples of the mountains, clouds, and plants, the other animals, giving the example of spider, ants, and honeybees, late night, and day, and destruction of the things. These are all include in them the message that my spirit requires them. That's what we have to decipher. We have to read it analytically. Why do you tell me this? Especially keep asking questions and trying to understand the answer hidden within it, which our spirit needs this answer. Then you will really easily, something you will start understanding the Quran, and beauty of the message of the Quran becomes very obvious and real for you and for us. This is a very interesting way of reading the Quran. I am excited about it, so I wanted to share it with you. So the subject doesn't change. It is the continuation of, we can say, as we send the rain and only the fertile lands produce something useful, if you take an attitude and make your land intention fertile, ready to receive the rain, receive the message, and produce some, try to understand it, produce some useful productions, then take the example of Noah, for example. So the first thing that Noah said, what? Oh, my people, worship God alone. Don't think that this matter is worth worshiping. It means expect think that the universe will satisfy the needs of your spirit? No. Only your spirit needs the news from the creator of the universe, as the evidence is really, if you like, integrated in the nature of the earth itself, or of the universe itself. Because the universe looks like matter, but it is a speaking being, just letting me know, telling me who the creator, its creator is. Listen to it. And then you will hear that, oh, my creator is absolute in all its qualities. So I will let you really interpret this meaning that you got. I am your creator. I am introducing myself through the creation, and don't really pay attention to the universe, that it is itself guiding you, telling you the truth. I am the one who tells the truth. I am the one who is doing all this. Universe cannot do it, because most of the people, they say, typical example is animals produce milk, plants produce vegetables, fruit. That is what most of the people think. And especially today's education system is based on what? Matter is being a mother nature for us to take care of us, as if it has a conscious being, although they don't know what consciousness is. So contradictory. Really, we should wake up. So worship God alone. You have no deed other than him. You should know really nobody or nothing in this world who has the absolute qualities which gives existence to something didn't exist before. Verily, I am concerned that suffering befall you on an awesome day. You know, you will have, the time will come, you will really suffer. When you don't worship God alone and worship God, worship nature. No one says, I'm not worshiping. I mean, when I say I worship God, you don't know how. Physically, I'm not worshiping anything. Here I am. Not only praying on a certain time, very small period of our time a day. No, my worship is, in my understanding, I am grateful to the creator of this universe, wonderfully presented to me in order to be used as evidence for my spirit, saying that, look, the creator of this, creator of me, the universe is saying, the creator of me can satisfy you, because my creator, look at my existence, you will see he is absolutely powerful one. Your spirit needs an absolutely powerful one, that it can do anything you want. That gives the news. So the prophetic message comes and says, yes, I am here. I have created the universe for you, and don't expect the satisfaction from the universe, but get the news from the universe that its creator can do it. And I'm speaking to you now, yes, I can do it. And I will do it. That is my promise. The universe is a promise of God that he will really treat our spirit in order to satisfy its needs, and the universe is just a witness. It cannot do anything. It has no choice of its own, or of itself, of its own. So the day will come, which day? When you start worshiping. It means expecting the satisfactions from the universe only, not only bodily satisfaction, but also spiritual satisfaction, intellectual satisfaction. Expecting the spiritual satisfaction from the universe, you will get nothing. It gives you the news that its creator can do it. It itself cannot. That is beautiful. Draws our attention to its creator, not itself. My creator is able. I am not. I am here. I cannot have anything, any choice, any wisdom by myself here. But it is given to me, my existence, with a wise one, with a powerful one. So this is the example. We have to combine the message we get from the universe and we get from its creator. And the messengers come and say that, no, don't expect the satisfaction from the universe. Expect the satisfaction from the creator of the universe. As the universe points out, it is existence. So much interlocated, tightly interlocated with each other. Beautiful. The Quran speaks in a beautiful way. So whenever you expect the full spiritual satisfaction from the universe, and you will receive suffering because you will be 100% in despair. Never the universe will satisfy. Never. Can't do it. It's awesome day can be understood. Adab yawmin azim, the suffering of this awful day, awesome day, awful as well. As soon as while we are in the world, as soon as you expect satisfaction from the universe, suffering immediately is created for you. Now, is it the only one? No. Body dies. Spirit is of the nature of order, law, principle, and the principles don't die. The manifestations of the principles may be transient, but the principles themselves don't die. As we understand that the laws that the people talk about in the way that the order of the universe is established does not die. Human spirit also is not matter. It is not subject to change. It doesn't die. So when the spirit is separated from your body, your spirit will remain with this state of suffering. If you keep expectations from the universe, because it is out of the universe now. When we die, the spirit is out of the universe. In other words, whatever it is, doesn't matter. My creator will take care of me. But my creator is not within the universe. When the universe dies, it doesn't mean that I die. And my spirit is residing in this house of my body. If my body collapses, it doesn't mean that the residence is collapsed as well. The people who are residing there are collapsed as well. No, it doesn't mean. So we will go out and get a tent or some in other houses. And that's it. We will continue like that. Very simple example, of course. So we understand that this awesome day starts from here and continues until not until, after death as well. And after this stage, there is no way to choose another way of worshiping or another thing that we will realize that, universe is transient. It collapsed. That is the doomsday for me when I die. So it is finished. I am out of school now, and the school is closed. There is no way to go back to the professor. Oh, please give me another exam day. The professor will say, look, the school is closed and collapsed. Finished. There is no education. Sorry. And then I will remain forever ignorant. That is called the hereafter. So we have to understand Yawm Azim, Azab Yawm Azim. Azab Yawm Azim. We have to understand this, starting from here and continues after I die. But after I die, there is no death. With the suffering, I will go. Thank you very much. I know, because I have to connect these verses that we study, and we will continue, inshallah, who will oppose the prophets and message. And these are the 60 and 61. You can read it quickly, that those lands are barren as far as the rain is concerned. Of course, for example, iron ore doesn't benefit from rain because the land just lets the rain water flow down, so it doesn't receive it like these people. But are they core? No. Oh, yes, in their creation, in their existence, they have the potentiality of accepting the revelation, but because they became, in the example of the barren land, they cannot produce anything. They don't benefit from the rain. As far as the example of rain is concerned, we will continue. It is very easy to understand if you understood the methodology of reading the Quran, where we should concentrate, where we should really concentrate on and pay attention to. So this is mentioned here. What is it to do with the purpose of the Quran? Keep asking this question. What is it to do with the purpose of the Quran? Inshallah, that is something interesting for me, and I share it with you. If there is no other comment, question, anything, I think it is already late. We have to stop. Bismillah. All right. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Thank you. Makes sense. It makes sense to me. So, as far as I am concerned, as long as it makes sense to me, it means it will make sense to anyone who has not closed his door, if you like. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة إن شاء الله.